What's up, guys? This is Astranox. In this Etheria Restart video, I want to showcase my Inferno Terrormaton team. So I actually tried Inferno Terrormaton today. I have not tried it for quite a while. I've been farming Inferno Doki during double drop rate event. And if it's not a double drop rate event, I don't really like to farm threshold. I prefer to farm for shells, you know, the training data. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't get enhanced by the double drop rate event, so that's what I prefer to farm to stay efficient. I'm free to play, and you can see here 6 win 2 loss. So the team is, you know, like not super stable. I've been seeing 6 win 2 loss or a better win rate than this. This is a 75% win rate. I think it's like about 80% win rate realistically. The runs are average 1 minute 59, right? So let's go in there. Let me show you what it feels like, what the team is, and then I'll show you guys the stats and I'll break it down, right? For the Animus, like how you can gear them up and why. You know, modules, matrix effect, shells. Let's just it's fine. Yeah, on the first one, that's basically a double drop rate event if you think about it, right? Like 60, almost a half price. So that's pretty nice. You always have to do that one as free to play at least. Now some days I'm more hyped than others and I'm gonna be using my Hydra Crystal, but I prefer to be on the, you know, saving side. I'm not saving for summons, I'm just saving, you know, to have enough in the future to take care of like the double drop rate event, and just like kind of like top up before the day starts. So the team, okay, Freya was actually surprisingly good when I added her. So the core, well, for this team, it's Valerian. I mean, you need her in Terrormaton. She's just completely busted. She will make sure that whoever's getting targeted is not gonna go down when she has the Hazy Dream on. And you know, Kashi the GOAT, Kashi the guard, he's just OP. I've talked about him, I've shown him before, and I showcased a Inferno Terrormaton free-to-play team long ago. It was, you know, someone else's team, but you know, Kashi the guard did so much work there. Lily, yes, I have her, you know, like I'm free to play. I'm just gonna use whatever I have. And Yelly, I lucked out, so I use Yelly. I'm pretty sure like you can replace Yelly for Ditting. It's just that you got the potential when you strip the immunity, you can land the fans down, and that can happen with Yelly. It's not super consistent, so you're gonna see her in action, how it feels like. But you can notice the shells. Yeah, the shell, it's Artisan, it's OP. Artisan is so good. I've been talking about how overpowered Artisan is, and that's why I have like 5 Artisan, I think, maxed out, you know, with triple matrix effect. It is that good, right? Like you can't go wrong building more Artisan. And I'm not even fully utilizing the Artisan. The thing is, if you have an Animus that reduce the Animus, all the Animuses on the team skill cooldown by 1 turn, as well as their shell. So you can run Mia, her skill 3, extend the duration of all buffs by 1 turn, and here reduces all allies, Animuses, and shell skill cooldown by 1 turn. Insane. This skill, best skill in the game, and yeah, it's busted. Kashi with skill 2, it's only Animus skill. You have, where is she at? I will build her later down the line. I talked about her long ago. Kazami, Kazuyo, like she's busted, right? Like speed buff, reducing all Animus and shell skill cooldown by 1 turn, completely busted. So basically, you could have Kazami, Kazuyo instead of Lily, and instead of Lily, yes, and instead of Yelly, you could be running like Ditting, or you could be running Chloros, right? There's gonna be a lot of different ways to go about it. Freya, the reason why it works, first I'm gonna let the run go here, but you could be running Claws. It's just that I feel like Freya is way better when it comes to like whatever you're farming, success rate, stability, like not the currency like stamina, but like to have a stable team is way more important than doing it like faster, right? You will eventually complete the run, especially as free to play. But even if you spend money, like, you want a reliable team. So you can see that with Revelation, of course, Yeli's doing a lot of damage because of the triple hitting skill number 3. That's definitely big. Now, Kashi the Guard, putting the immunity buff for 2 turns plus defense buff, it is so good. It is boosting the team's survivability. Now, Kashi the Guard, you could be running him with Codex of Magic so he can skill 3 back to back. But to be honest, what's really good about Freya is that she opens up with skill 3, which is attack buff with the Nightmare debuff. But then when Kashi the Guard, you know, his defense buff kind of like goes down, depending on the speed on the Animuses. Like, every Animus is going to be like on a different speed. So some of them will not have defense buff faster than others. And then Freya comes in there and she uses the skill number 2. So you have a very nice uptime on that defense buff, allowing your team to take so much less damage. Together with Valerian, like, you're seeing the team, it's not very fast. We're taking a lot of damage, but there's a lot of shields going off because of Artisan. And I'm not even fully abusing it by running like Kazumi Kazuyo to reduce the shell cooldown. And you can see like this that was a massacre actually. A minute 27. So I don't think with my stats I'm going to be able to do under 1 minute to get a triple star for this. But it seems to be, you know, you saw the average like around 2 minutes. But yeah, when things go right, a minute, you know, around a minute 30 is definitely quite possible. And you can see like Yeli's doing tons of damage. And the thing is, she's getting attack buff from Valerian, yes, from the basic buff effect from the Hazy Dream, but also like you got that high uptime on attack buff because of Freya. Valerian plus Freya plus Kashi the Guard extending, wait, yeah, he is extending buff duration as well as putting immunity, as well as putting defense buff. It's beautiful. It's, you know, when I was running this on auto, it was not failing. It, for some reason, when I'm watching it, I've done like, I don't know, like 20 runs, something like that. I never saw it fail. And the only time I see it fail is when I just, you know, continuous battle in the background and close the game and come back. And then I see 6 win, 2 fails. Like I saw that like 2 or 3 times. So here, Valerian with the protection on Kashi the Guard. And then we're going to get these Artisan. And look at that. The immunity is gone. We have a window of opportunity here with the Lily resetting the skill of Yeli. Boom, defense buff. And then she goes ham again. So, like, she is murdering Terrormaton. And you can see that the Artisan are shielding Kashi the God. Kashi the Goat. So he doesn't go down. And he, like, the thing is, like, he doesn't even have great stats. Freya doesn't have great stats. Freya is not 6-star yet as well. And Kashi the Guard is not 6-star as well. He's low level. So I'm going to show you guys, you see a minute 39. It's working really well for me. I'm happy about this team's performance. And, you know, like, it wasn't even my goal to be farming Terrormaton just yet. Like, I was still okay. But as soon as I got the speed, you know, as soon as I started getting the stat line from especially my shells, the shells, those Artisan farming that Inferno Nico Nana, which is basically the entry into Inferno in Etheria Restart, right? And I even got Aurora Inferno on farm. It seems to be stable. I'll show it in a different video. But yeah, Terrormaton, the team is slapping. Yes, it's not free to play friendly. I mean, damn, I'm using Yeli plus Lily. I mean, yeah. But there's definitely a lot of free-to-play teams out there. And like I said, Yeli can be replaced with a damage dealer. The defense down just makes it so it's faster. The fact that she can still buff and eventually put the defense down. Yeah, it's cool. And she doesn't even need to be built really with effect accuracy because this is a triple hit. So you have quite a few chances to land that defense down with a 50% chance when you have, you know, you have her skilled up. So that's great with a 3-turn cooldown. So that uptime on crit rate buff is, well, it's 100% uptime unless it gets like stolen or removed. Fully skilled up. You know, one of the best investment that I've done into a character. You can't go wrong because she's affinity neutral and then she's just going to slap yeah, like she's not at weakness versus reason, hollow, and odd, right? But of course, if you use an affinity that's strong against hollow, which is Terrormaton, like Chloros, you're gonna have 15% crit rate, so it's easier to gear him for his stats, and also you're gonna be dealing more damage and receiving less chance to receive a crit, effect accuracy like a debuff, and also it reduced the final damage received. So it's easier with actually running a, you know, a team that has quite a few like reason animuses, right? So Yelly, real quick, I'm gonna go over real quick these things. You can see a lot of these stats and why I've geared these animus this way by checking my 51 minutes video that was going over 4 different teams for Doki Doki Inferno, and that also includes a free-to-play team in there, and you can see the difference, the clear speed, and I break it down why that team is good over some of the other ones. So it's basically comparing free-to-play versus a team with an Apex SSR. Like the 5th position is replaced with different, you know, Apex SSR, showing you the difference, right, in terms of clear speed. And also I talk about like kind of like the success rate and all that. So yeah, that's my Yelly, and Revelations just busted. Lucked out on those. Actually, I wouldn't say lucked out, because I've spent millions of training data to get these stupid passives to roll. That was ridiculous how many millions I had to spend. Like, so unlucky that I feel like I got shafted big time. Yeah, it really sucks. Like, I could have built a lot more shells and I could have settled. But the thing is, when you use an Animus in so many pieces of content, you're like, I gotta get like some mythic at least, right? Like, or at least some high, like, what is it even called, right? Like, yeah, the golden one, right? It's anyways, it's off the top of my head, but rare is so stupid that it's there. Like, they need to remove this out of mythic shells. So dumb. Like, you keep rolling rare, it's just a waste of training data. Okay, so yeah, Lily, and then I'll get into the other animuses that are, of course, much more that's free-to-play friendly, actually. So max out that, and this, you need to be careful. Don't put points into this thing. It's gonna mess up your turn order for your team, and you're gonna have to change the speed on maybe multiple animuses, and that is really shitty. Like, you gotta be careful, because you can't reset Lily, but you can't go wrong with that skill 1 maxed out. So I have a lot of speed on her. I don't even have Swift raid, guys. Like, that's how crazy it's been. I farmed a lot, quite a bit of Doki Doki Hell 4, guys. Like, that's the thing. I'm mostly focused on shells outside of the double drop rate event. So I've been slower than a lot of players. I'm free to play, right? And Lily, it took 2 weeks for me to get my first Apex SSR, and it was Lily. But what I've always focused on, the priority was shells. So I was able to roll these nice mythic passives, and also have like very OP shells like Artisan, Revelation powered up, right? As well as like White Fang. Yeah, I mean, like, you can't go wrong, because the double drop rate event does not affect the Grim Pursuit, the shells, for now. Hopefully they change that in the future. Valerian, just OP. You max skill 3, can't go wrong. Hazy Dream, it's just completely busted. I use her so much that I brought her to 6-star, and I use her so much that I was like, you know what, that skill 2 needs to be skilled up. It's actually nice. Like, more chance to actually get another heal over time, right? The threshold, like, if they are like under that threshold, they will have, you know, another heal over time. That's nice. That's nice. And then the reduction of cooldown, why not? So yeah, just stack HP on her, really. Yeah, I run Artisan, so, you know, some defense bonus percentage is nice for getting, you know, take your shields out of the Artisan. But you could be running a lot of different, you know, shells for Valerian, right? So that's what she's got on. And actually, I've been swapping my shell. She didn't have a one with Shadow Dash before, but I had to swap it because yes, that's why. Because I needed a Swift Rush Time Weave one for Freya, right? So this can be improved. That's why I had like over 1 million training data, and I tried to roll this better, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna hold off on that, right? I don't have any skill ups in her. She don't need any skill up. That's the thing. And I actually can still power up this one here. So there's that. And yeah, I mean, like, you're just going for the crit rate is not useful, but unless you're gonna be running like a Revelation Freya, you're gonna have to stack attack anyways for that. But yeah, that was a nice one to switch, actually. Like, having defense bonus main stat, defense bonus percentage on the main stat on the right side modules, very nice with Artisan, making like thicker shields very, very powerful. Effect accuracy is useful on her, but you don't need to go that crazy because, you know, you got 4 chances to land Nightmare. So yeah, the chance is not that high, but you can double this value of 25% if you have like 100% effect accuracy on top of however much effect resistance the enemy has, and they have quite a bit in Inferno, right? So yeah, that's my Freya, and she has been a game changer in the runs, because I've tried other combinations and I was not happy with the success rate. But when I did put that Freya, the timing of that skill 2 defense buff plus a Dreamweave as well, right? If you don't have immunity, let's say, like I guess yeah, that can help with debuffs. But yeah, the uptime of defense buff on the whole team between Freya and Kashi, the guard, is great. And having defense buff also means that your Artisan shields will be thicker because it's based on defense, and the Artisan gives you like a flat defense for 2 turns, so it's increasing your Animus's survivability on top of boosting it even further with the shield on themselves and whoever is at the lowest HP threshold in the team at the time of using, you know, the cooldown on their shell. It is so good. It is so good. It's ridiculously powerful. I love it. So why not just like stack them? Cash the guard, so OP. I was like, you know what? I had a bunch of purple lattices that I was like, what is the next project that I'm gonna work on that will actually help me a lot? And since I've been running like burst teams and I didn't need Kashi the guard, but I knew how powerful he was long ago, and he's also affinity neutral, so that's great. So I was like, you know what, I had this thing maxed out a long time ago, but I just decided to max this, and you know, getting this maxed out, getting the speed from the skill ups as well is nice. But like, his kit's busted. Like, he is incredible skill 3, but you can get a lot of value out of this, even some value out of that, right? So that's Kashi the guard, and I can definitely improve his gear. And I had enough effect accuracy because you only need 183 effect accuracy when you have skill 3 maxed out, so you can get the highest of chance to actually double the to get 2 turn immunity. I can actually, yeah, that's, I'm gonna work on this. Yeah, I only need 2 effect accuracy main stat because yeah, I have this thing maxed out, right? So yeah, extend all buff duration by 1 turn. That includes immunity, and you have a 100% chance if you have skill 3 maxed out with 183 effect accuracy. If you only have like 3 skill ups in this thing, you need 213 effect accuracy, and yeah, you're gonna need even more effect accuracy if you have less skill ups into him. But what that allowed me to do was that I just, since I really like Time Weave, it's so good to reduce, you know, all Animus skill by 1 turn. All Animus's skill, that's big. It's not like Halloween, a single random skill on cooldown reduced by 1 turn. It's all of them, right? So I was able to get defense bonus percentage here. So that's actually big. That allows me to get more defense, better survivability for him, as well as thicker shields, right? And he's got Crystal Wall here. This is because it was actually on Ling Lao before. Like, anyways, I had to swap it around because I needed that Swift Rush Time Weave, and I'm not gonna imprint them right again. I mean, I do have a lot of like triple matrix because I farmed a lot of Nico Nana Inferno actually. But yeah, you cannot go wrong by building Kashi the guard. And you don't have to rush. Like, you can take your time. Like, Terrormaton gets stronger, yes, but when you're stacking a bunch of Artisan, you can just like take it down over time. And like, if you're can reliably remove the immunity off of the Terrormaton, you can even go with a damage over time, you know, Fangus. You don't even need to have Shadow Sania. You could be running like Fangus, and he will over time take out Terrormaton with the damage over time, or you can put him in there in combination with another damage dealer. So like, you know, you're getting both of them, because sometimes your damage dealer needs that extra bit of damage to take out Terrormaton, and that can be kind of like a fail safe to be able to remove to have some dots on Terrormaton right when, like, let's say your damage dealer goes down or it starts to spiral out of control. As soon as Terrormaton gets that turn, he goes down, right, before your whole team gets wiped out. Sometimes you can have like 1 or 2 squishy in the team, and then you have 3 other one very like tough to take down, very tanky. So with the Artisan, by keeping that immunity up, by keeping that defense buff, right, you're gonna be able to, it's gonna be crazy, because this is a 3-turn defense buff, isn't it? Yeah, 3-turn defense buff, 2-turn immunity, and yeah, I mean, you need more defense uptime. You could Codex of Magic on him if you run fast enough, but Artisan is just so broken. And then like with Freya, it works really well. So I did show this one, I've shown this one, and I've shown this one, and I've shown Kashi, the guard. And so that's my Inferno Terrormaton. Okay, 7 win, 1 loss, a minute 42 average. So yeah, as you can see, it's I think it's closer to like 80% success rate. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good, because I was able to clear it not long ago, but I could have tried before. It was just not my priority, because Doki is like way better to farm, because that speed will change your account. Getting more speed, getting turn 1, getting more turns over the enemy, you can control them, you can like keep your buffs on your team longer, you can have better uptime on your buffs, better uptime on your debuffs on the enemy, and it really changes everything for you when you start to have a lot of speed. That's why Doki just makes the game so much easier, and then you can farm all the other content with a lot more possibilities, like stacking speed. Like you wouldn't need like Lily. You can replace, you don't have Lily, let's say, so a lot more options open up for you, right? It allows your team to not go down by keeping that defense buff on you, by keeping that immunity buff on you. Then your healer as well gets faster, and then you can run instead maybe 1 healer instead of 2. You are able to put attack down debuff on the enemy and have a higher uptime on that. Get more turns, so you're able to remove the immunity off the boss, so you have more chances to remove it, and then you put attack down, damage over time, or something like that. So really, speed changes everything, especially when you get a certain amount that allows you to, when you are able to start to be faster than the Inferno content, that's really where like you set up your team, and there's much less chance that you get one of your Animus taken out, especially in Terrormaton. As soon as one goes down, it just spirals out of control. But with Valerian, protecting is very good on top of like defense buff and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Good luck with Yadu. Peace out for now.